In a 70-page report prepared for Congress and the President, the Commission on Combating Synthetic Opioid Trafficking says that the highly potent opioid fentanyl is, quote, one of the most pressing national security, law enforcement, and public health challenges in our country. And a stunning new report from the group Families Against Fentanyl says that Arizona was among the top 15 states for the number of fentanyl poisoning deaths last year. One of 30 states where fentanyl deaths more than doubled in the last 2 years, and that Arizona has seen a 2,100% plus increase in fentanyl fatalities since 2015. Greg Halvorson is program director at Crossroads East, a substance abuse treatment center located in North Phoenix, and joins us now to talk about what he's seeing on the ground in regards to fentanyl. Greg, thanks for getting up early with us. Do these numbers surprise you? How many people are coming into Crossroads who have used fentanyl?
Well, the numbers there are growing along with everything else that we hear. You know, I just heard your news there on the border, and that doesn't surprise me at all about what's going on with the influx of fentanyl coming into the state. When the opioid crisis began approximately, 3 or so years ago, why it was all heroin. And that has changed. I was just speaking with one of our medical personnel the other day, and you don't see anybody talking about how many grams of heroin they use. It's all across. I mean, it's basically across the board. If they're an opioid user, it's fentanyl.
This must be really dangerous for people who relapse, because opioid addicts are already in enough danger. When they go back to using the same amount they were after a period of recovery, it can kill them. Fentanyl must exponentially increase that danger, Greg.
Well, it is. And of course, that's the big problem with the fentanyl is first of all, it's synthetic. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know where it was made, and you don't know by who or anything else. And so you don't know what's in it. You don't know the strength of it. And of course, we've all heard these, the horror stories of law enforcement coming in contact with it and actually having an overdose situation, that's frightening.
Just by touching it.
To know that it's that strong.
We're talking to Greg Halvorson, program director at Crossroads East, a substance abuse treatment center, about the stunning number of fentanyl poisoning deaths last year. And one thing that Jim and I are both puzzled about is, if it's so dangerous, it would seem the drug cartels and dealers are killing off their customers. Why would they do that?
That is a great question, and I think that we all know, being here in Phoenix, the growth of population is just incredible. And it seems that they're looking at that also. I don't know. Maybe they just feel that there's always going to be people there. That's something that I don't know. But the problem is as I was saying, the opioid crisis began years ago. And then, of course, it kind of got sidelined in the news and everything else because of COVID. But the problem is that they have been they've gone alongside each other, which is bad for addicts and alcoholics. Putting people in a home and telling them to stay home and not go to work and not do this and not do that. And that means not going to meetings.
Yeah.
That means not going to visit with their sponsor. That means not going to a treatment facility for some. And luckily, I work for an organization, and we stayed through, and we really worked hard at making sure that the help was still there through the COVID, through the worst of the COVID, I hope.
Yeah, boy, we all hope, right? Greg, thanks so much for your time this morning. Greg Halvorson is program director at Crossroads East. It's a substance abuse treatment center, nonprofit, by the way, located in North Phoenix, talking about this new report from the group Families Against Fentanyl. Says Arizona among the top 15 states for the number of fentanyl poisoning deaths last year, one of 30 states where fentanyl deaths more than doubled in the last 2 years, and Arizona has seen a 2,100% increase in fentanyl fatalities since 2015.